Hello everybody, welcome back to Beware the Terrible. Today we have a new deck for you called the Gladiators and Pillagers, featuring King Jarvan IV from Damacia. So King Jarvan IV has the barrier effect, and also when you attack you get to pay its cost to summon it, challenging the strongest enemy with its barrier effect on. So obviously barrier only lasts for 1 round, but that's okay because once he levels up, you're going to be able to do the effect every turn with Cataclysm. So Jarvan IV level 2 has the round start effect that allows you to create a fleeting Cataclysm in hand, which costs only 3 mana and allows you to start a free attack, having an ally challenge an enemy, and if you have your Jarvan IV challenge any enemy, it's going to have a barrier, just because of the extra skill it has here. So the skill of the level 1 only works once when you attack, when you summon it, when you first summon this card to attack, and you have to pay the cost of 6 mana. Whereas for this card, whenever you challenge, it says here, when I challenge an enemy, give me barrier this round. So you can use Cataclysm to have your level 2 Jarvan IV challenge an enemy and give it barrier. So you also get to challenge the strongest enemy or any other enemy that you like. You don't have to worry about the defense because it has barrier, so you can attack any enemies you like. So it works every round. That's super strong. But first we have to satisfy the level 1 condition. To level it up, we need to have our allies survive 3 strikes from enemy blockers. That means we can only satisfy that condition on our attack round. So when we attack, then only we can activate that effect 3 times. We need to do that 3 times. So how do we do that fast? We have our hired gun to make the strongest enemy vulnerable and essentially force it to block our attacker. Then all we need to do is shield our attacker with a barrier spell, and for that we have our Bright Steel Protector to give an ally barrier this round as you play this card. We have our Prismatic Barrier, give an ally barrier this round. We also have our Riposte, which gives an ally plus 3 attack and barrier this round. So the barrier effect is not perfect, as we all know, because our enemy can actually use fast spells or burst spells of their own to deal damage to your attacker before they block you, so that can actually break the barrier before they kill your unit while blocking it. So to counter that, we have to let them break our barrier first before using our spells to reactivate the barrier effect on our attacker, so that we get to use a double barrier essentially on the same turn, so that we get to survive the attack and activate Jarvan IV's level up criteria so that it gets to level up fast, and also we get to damage our opponent without taking any hit. And we also have our Warden. We have our Green Fang Warden. Green Fang Warden actually works really well with Misfortune, which is our second champion, which I'll explain later. So, that is basically the combo that we are using in this deck. Misfortune, King Jarvan IV. If King Jarvan IV doesn't work, we have our Misfortune to do a lot of damage to all of our enemies with the, with the effect Love Tap, and also the enemy Nexus as well. So Misfortune can actually be very strong, and early on in the game as well, because it's only 3 cost mana. If we can't summon our Jarvan IV fast enough, if we're up against an aggro deck, we can actually use Misfortune for the win. Because Green Fang Warden is actually very strong. You get to scout with Green Fang Warden, you get to barrier, and it also helps you level up your King Jarvan IV very fast in the game. So Green Fang Warden, you actually get to attack twice in a turn, and you have barrier as well. If you use it at the right time, you actually get to force your opponent to block with your vulnerable effect and also with your challenger. If you have Grand Plaza in play, we also have 1 copy of Grand Plaza in this deck and a few challenger cards as well. So challenger vulnerable is the way to go for this deck. We have challenger effects, we have vulnerable effects, we have our Razor Scale Hunter, grant an enemy vulnerable as you play it, and we also have our Sheriff Lariat Rose. When I'm summoned, grant all enemies vulnerable. So those are our cards that we are playing to force our enemies. We have 3 copies of Hired Gun and 1 The List to force our enemy to block our attackers. So that is the way to go. If we have our attacking cards and survive a hit 3 times, then we actually get to level up our King Jarvan IV, and then we actually get to use Cataclysm over and over and over again to destroy, to kill the strongest enemy every round, and that actually does a lot of damage to any other decks. So that is the main goal for this deck, is to level up Jarvan IV as fast as possible. As we said just now, we have Misfortune. If that line of setup doesn't work, if that line of setup doesn't work fast enough against aggro decks, against mid-range decks, against any other destructive control decks, then we have our Misfortune to bypass all of those enemies and attack the Nexus by 3 damage. If it levels up, if it saw you attack 4 times, you actually get to deal 3 damage, you know, to the battling enemies. You know, deal 3 times to all battling enemies and the enemy Nexus. So Misfortune is very strong. We have 2 copies of this card in this deck. We also have Lucian as well, another champion, a strong champion with quick attack, and also double attack if it saw 4+ allies die when you put it into play. And we also have our Sharp Sight, just in case our enemy plays a lot of elusive cards. We actually get to block elusive units this round, and we boost our defense and our attack point by 2. So Sharp Sight is actually very strong. And we have our Penitent Squire as well. If you summon it with a elite in hand or in play, you actually get to create a Tattered Banner in hand. Tattered Banner allows you to grant the next ally that you summon the Challenger keyword. So this is a very strong card. So Penitent Squire, Challenger, Vulnerable, as I said, is very, very strong keywords that we need to pair with our Barrier keyword to be able to activate the Jarvan IV level up effect. And then we can use Cataclysm, and that's, you know, that basically ends the game right there. And we also have 1 Garen in this deck. If you have struck twice with this card, you actually get to level it up, and it also has regeneration. So it has regeneration both you know, before and after it levels up, obviously. But that card is very strong just because of its regeneration, and just because we actually get to force our opponent you know, become vulnerable, and we actually get to drag any of our enemies. If they are vulnerable, we get to force a weak enemy to block our Garen, essentially killing that unit, and also allows Garen to level up fast. So that is the main goal for this deck, is to make them vulnerable and, you know, control which blocker that they use and force them to block, and then attack with our leveled up champion. So level up as fast as possible. Play Misfortune and Lucian early on if you can. If they are in hand, play it fast so that they get to see you you know, attack 4 times, or they get to see any allies die fast, and then they get to level up. So if they get you know, if they get recalled back into your hand, you have to restart the effect though, so that is the bad thing. Whereas with Jarvan IV, if it gets recalled into your hand, you can immediately summon it, and as a level 2, you know, as a level 2 elite. So you don't actually have to repeat the level up condition because it's already satisfied. Whereas with Misfortune and Garen and Lucian, you actually have to repeat the effect to be able to level it up again if it's recalled by Ionia. You know, Ionia is very annoying, and they actually get to stun you. If you are stunned a lot, then you actually can't do anything with this deck, because this deck doesn't have protection against spells. So we don't have spell shield, we don't have any protection against stunning, or if they recall our units, we actually if they play a lot of Daybreak cards, this deck is not good. So if they play any other decks though, this deck can do a lot of damage because we can kill their enemies, the strongest enemy, very fast, consistently with our Jarvan IV, and we can also do a lot with Jarvan III as well. We only have 1 copy of this card. It's actually better to have 2 or 3 of each Jarvans, but I'm actually trying to make this deck as versatile as possible, trying to make it target as many other decks as possible. That's why we only have 2 Jarvans and 1 Jarvan 3. It's better to have actually plus another one. I should actually add another one of this card. But Jarvan 3 is actually very strong. You have to pay 7 cost mana to be able to summon it, and when you summon it with your Jarvan 4 in play already, you actually get to grant all of your allies Challenger and Scout this round. And also we have our Bright Steel formation, very strong card as well, 9 cost mana, obviously very high, but if your opponent pass the turn a lot, if they leave it too late to do something significant to your allies, to your Nexus, then they are gonna be screwed, because once you summon this card, it's gonna be super strong for you. You're gonna be able to activate Barrier every time you attack, because when you're summoned or when you attack, grant with this card, you can grant all of your allies Barrier this round, including this one, including this attacker. Bright Steel formation gets Barrier as well. So we also have our Vanguard banner to grant other allies +1/+1 if your top card is from Damacia. Obviously we have Bilgewater cards in this deck as well, so it's actually better to have one copy of that card. We have actually two of that just because I'm greedy. And we have three hired gunmen. As we said just now, hired gun is very, very strong. We also have just the copies, we have three copies of Green Fang Warden and two of Misfortune. As we said, Green Fang Warden and Misfortune works very well together because, if you actually, if you attack a lot of times, you actually get to level up Misfortune very fast. So you can attack more than once with Green Fang Warden if you put it into play with Scout and with Barrier. So if you scout it, obviously, if you don't have Barrier while you scout, if you put it into play, if you summon your Green Fang Warden on your opponent's attacking round, then you actually don't get to attack more than once without it dying on the scout round. So that's actually not good, but it still get to scout though. That means you can still attack with other units, other allies, if you have other allies other than your Misfortune in play, because Misfortune actually dies very fast. If they challenge your Misfortune, that's a bad thing. So that's why we have our Prismatic Barriers. We can actually protect Misfortune with Prismatic Barrier and also with Bright Steel Protector if we need to, because it actually dies very fast. Misfortune has a very, very strong effect. It has a very strong love tap effect, deals 1 damage 3 times to all battle enemies and the enemy nexus, and it also have Overwhelm, but it only has 4 hit points and 4 health points. So that's very, very bad for for attacking the enemy. So also bad for blocking as well. So it's 3 costs, only 3 costs, but that's why I say you have to summon it very fast in the game. Lucian, only 2 costs. We have our low cost mana to summon out our low cost champions, and we also have our high cost champion 5 and 6, Gallant and Jarvan IV. So this is how this deck works. It's very, very versatile. It works on a high range of other decks against a lot of enemies. So that's what I want to target. So enough talk, let's go for gameplay. Let's demonstrate how well this deck works by going for gameplay. So gameplay would be silent just because I prefer it that way, so that I can focus on the game and you guys can focus on it as well. And don't need all of the chitter chatter actually. So it's better to just watch the game and explain it early before I play the game, so that you guys know what's happening, how the deck works, and what strategy I'm planning on using, and how you can actually use it if you plan to use this deck. So I think that's enough talking. I'll leave you guys to focus on the game, enjoy it, and have fun. Bye guys.
Looking for trouble.
They will burn like meat.
I mustn't stop. Guns blazing.
Forgotten.
We must all do our duty.
Success gets you noticed around here. Time to make some coin.
Submission or death for all who leave.
Stand in my way. You point, I shoot.
No quarter! We fight till we're ragged! Then we fight again! I'm something of an aspiring trichologist. Ours is but to do and die. Rise, beast of Gamahorn! For the king! With me! Ours is but to do and die. I'll follow where I can. I will find her.
Ooh, got some fight in ya.
Who dares defy my will? You face a prince. Do not waver. Prepare yourself.
You don't understand.
You will serve. All who live will serve. To the flag! Surrender to me.
Allies, answer my call.
Show them our medal.
Fall before Damacia. noticed around here.
With utmost efficiency. Bring in the heat.
I've got your back.
Don't stand in my way.
Honor guide me. Press on.
What can I say? I'm an adaptable guy.
Fortune favors the bold.
What do you see, boy?
my while.
Stand strong! Put to rest.
My training is unconventional. I'll show you how it's done.
Sturdy blades, custom made.
Ours is the one true light.
I've got just the thing for you.
Punish transgressions.
I must reach the king.
Time for a leap of faith.
I'll make them for the show.
The Vanguard! Oh, thank goodness.
All unbelievers will see the light. We protect these woods as they protect us. I know a way.
taste purple. Yay.
Soldiers, to me! The dawn has arrived.
Carry her light across the mountain.
Sunlight blinds. Just a little farther.
I see every move. Dog.
I mustn't stop.
Tea for two.
Quietly now.
You don't understand.
I will fight for Damacia till the day I die.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I won't stand by.
Prepare yourself. We move soon.
Nothing stands in our way.
Okay.
The dawn has arrived. I am the bulwark against darkness! Sunlight blinds.
I'll Ours is but to do and die.
What do you see, boy? He smells something. Or with that.
Fight on! For Damacia!
Ready, boy?
I've got just the thing for you.
Stand firm.
You're strange. With me! Damacia! No quarter! Ours is but to do and die. Don't get in my way. With me! Ours is but to... For the king! To the flag! With me! Damn soon. Put to rest.
The journey is difficult. These will protect you.
To the field!
Deal!
You're covered.
We'll take what we need to survive.
My shield is yours.
We march!
My steel is yours.
Every step, a new journey.
Meet them head on!
Shield up. Duty's done.
We fight till ragged! Then we fight again! I will fight for Damacia till the day I die.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
Protect the faithful. Show them our metal!
Form up.
To the flag! our king! To the flag! With me! Safeguard our citizens!
How about another round?
No closer!
Who's gonna close up? Ours is but to do and die. Damacia! No quarter! To the flag! Pledge to Sejuani's service.
How will my people remember me as a just king and a devoted father?
We march
I'll turn the tide!
forward!
Hand me my blade.
Stand before me. Fine work, soldiers. Fine work. Push back the darkness.
Traditions are lost if not passed on.
No room for doubt.
The Order rewards its faithful.
Soldiers, to me! I still have some fire.
coin. The Order rewards its faithful.
If I didn't forge it, you won't want it.
I will play my part.
Master.
Glory unrelenting.
Hold up. Hang on, Zern.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
Make it worth my while. Son of a...
Soldier, to me! Safeguard our citizens! What do you see, boy? Ready, boy? One way to test him out. In the name of our land! He smells something.
I am a true master.
the good guys, but not that good.
What's today's lesson?
Time to make some coin. Fresh out of Mercy. Love ya.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
The dark beckons.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade.
They cannot hide.
Cute when you're armed. Firepower's always in style. Don't stand in my way.
A gal!
Point, I shoot. Don't stand in my way. You're covered. Point, I shoot.
And kept above the rest.
Oh, you're in for it. Want to see these moves up close?
Son of a...
Think you're fast? Cute. They'll never see me coming!
And a long path to get here.
Closing in on the mark! Place could use some order.
Follow the wind, but watch your back.
Back.
Against the Laurent?
Bounties to claim.
journey doesn't get you the road back.
Fortune favors the bold.
Captain.
Soldiers, to me! Raise the banner! Lift our spirits!
Here's our chance.
We protect these woods as they protect us.
Give me a sweet bun. Heightens the senses.
No more running.
Love ya.
Before they organize. They've kept above the rest.
Fresh out of mercy.
In the name of our land.
This isn't part of the training.
Welcome to try.
My sweet bun. Sing. Just sing.
That's why I'm the captain.
I must reach the king.
There's a chill in the air.
You're covered.
No room for doubt.
Shield up.
Dancing. Break their spirits and their souls. I demand satisfaction fair. It's dangerous out there. Take this. Bring in the heat.
is. Make it fair. Run them through. Aha!
I'll hunt them where they breed.
Soldiers, to me! Right on!
best round here. Don't stand in my way.
There's a scent in the air. Gotcha. Just need the target.
What do you see, boy? Winter take you! Before they organize. We go! Stay back! Or where that came from. Discipline and steel! We fight for those who cannot. Show them our mettle! Fear is the first of many foes. My time has come. Ready, boy? Ours is but to do and die. We go! A Damacia soldier is worth 10 foes!
And a long path to get here.
For the honor of my house. Glory unrelenting.
Perhaps they realize they've already lost.
Soldiers of Damacia! Stand with me!
Griffithorn is a mountain and covered in ice!
A symbol worth fighting for. Launch me jab!
The steel is yours.
Show them our metal! Oh, please. I protect my own.
They're coming! Hide!
With me! For the king! No quarter! Laurence abound with blades in hand. You smell something. I pity you. Oh, where that came from. Providence, guide me. Ready, boy? Like my blade? Bar the doors! Ours is but to do and die. They'll come for you. Fine work, soldiers. Fine work.
So that is all for this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed our cool gladiators and pillagers combo. So as we saw earlier, our Jarvan 4 actually works really well to activate its own effect. So you can actually have your allies survive only 2 strike from enemy blockers and use its effect to satisfy the last strike from enemy blocker. So what I'm trying to say is when you attack, you can use its effect. When you attack, pay my cost to summon me challenging the strongest enemy, and when you do that, you actually get to survive your enemy blocker by 1. So because it has barrier, you actually get to survive an enemy blocker and you get to level it up as your final strike. Because if you have already survived 2 strikes from enemy blockers, the last one would be when you summon it challenging the strongest enemy with its barrier on, because when you put it into play, it's gonna have barrier this round. So that's how to play your Jarvan 4. All we need to do is survive enemy blockers twice. So that's all we need to do. That's why we have our hired gun, as we explained earlier in this video. We have hired gun to make our enemies vulnerable. We have the list. We have our Razor Skill Hunter, and we also have our Sheriff Laureate Rose to make all of our enemies vulnerable as you summon it. So this is how we play, and we also have our challengers. We have our Grand Plaza, and if all else fails, we have our Misfortune. So Misfortune allows you to deal 1 to all battling enemies and the enemy nexus when your allies attack, and when it level up, when it has saw you attack 4 times, and as we said earlier, we can actually attack more than once every round with our scouters. We have our scout from Green Fang Warden, we have our scout from our Razor Scale Hunter. We have both 2 scout cards in this deck. I would like to have more scout cards in this deck so that we actually get to boost our misfortune, but it's actually a more versatile deck. That's why we have our our bright steel protectors and our prismatic barriers, just to support our King Jarvan IV. So to support misfortune, we only have a few cards, but that's okay because the main strategy for this deck is King Jarvan IV. But if all else fails, if your opponent plays an aggro very fast deck, then we can actually use misfortune to do a lot of damage to them, to do damage to their nexus as well. And if we level up, we can actually deal 3 times to all battling enemies and the enemy nexus, essentially killing all units, all of our enemy units very fast. So if we have any allies, if we have a lot of allies in play, we obviously can't actually summon a lot because we don't have ephemerals, we don't have a lot of copies of low cost mana cards, but that's okay because we have a lot of spells. We have our Riptide, we have our prismatic barrier, we have a lot of vulnerables and challengers to do damage to them. We have single combat, and we also have our concerted strike to kill any enemy units that we want. Concerted strike can be very strong sometimes because you actually pick an enemy. You can actually, it's a fast spell as well. You can actually kill an enemy very easily with 2 allies striking it one after the other. So that is the main strategy for this deck, Jarvan and Misfortune. So that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next one, and have a nice day. Bye guys.